It's business as usual, and you know what our business is: to bring you up to date, up to speed, and up to the minute on the biggest entertainment stories. If you've never watched the program, we'll be reviewing, analyzing, and dissecting the major entertainment headlines this morning. There are 4 of us with 4 main stories, with 4 perspectives. Now, that's what I call 4 for the price of 1. This is Tea Time, and I'm Tokumbo Taiwo, here with the regulars, Elsie Godwin, Ife Oshunkeye, and Ife on my. Hello, people.
Nah, that ain't translated wrong. You killed it, bro.
Oh, thank you very much.
How you doing?
I'm good, I'm good. Okay, so what's up with Burna Boy?
He says he's leaving social media.
Do you believe him?
Well, I've not thought about believing him or not, but I just feel like it's probably for the best for him. Because he's been posting, I mean, he's been funny, you know, so now he says it's not like he's closing down his pages, just that his management will be in charge, and whatever you see from that page cannot be attributed to him. So I think it's a good move for him, because he needs to
calm down.
He needs to calm down. So if this is what it takes, then all good.
Oshinkaya.
Now that you have said this, I didn't even look at it from that angle, but now that you have said it, I think this is even a better opportunity for him to rant, because anything he sees now is coming from his management. I didn't say.
Well, if the management is handling your page, there's a way they'll put their words across. It's going to be well put together,
and it won't be opinionated.
It will be just professional. So,
and then at the end of the day, when I saw the headline, I was like, is Burna Boy stupid? Because everybody makes a lot of money off social media, especially if you're a celebrity, like the likes of Kim Kardashian. They get paid a lot of money just for a tweet, do you understand? Or for an Instagram post or stuff like that. So if you're leaving social media as an entertainer, it's bad business for you already. So I like the fact that he's keeping it open for his management to have to handle it. So meaning we would still be seeing stuff from Burna Boy, but right now he's not just putting his name to it anymore. But
no, but according to him, what they are going to be posting is mainly promotional things to do with his music or to do with anything.
So nothing about his private life.
Exactly. So nothing about his private life.
And then you also have to remember that not just because you're famous doesn't mean you're making money on social media. Kim Kardashian is in that limelight of products and services and all of that stuff. Burna Boy, for you know, might have not even been using his page.
Well, yes, because it was endorsed by a very alcohol brewery brand. I can't remember which.
And his management can still continue to do that. Like he doesn't need to be.
He doesn't need to be on social media to be.
As social media in terms of like.
No, come on.
Like
as a
private
social
consumption.
You as a social media influencer, you know that you need your social media platform to promote this brand. If you are the ambassador.
Social media influencer. They are influencers of social media. The fact that he is Burna Boy
as a brand, you're
necessarily
getting it wrong. You guys are getting it wrong. He is a brand ambassador for a lager beer, right? Which we all know about. Now they need him to use his platform to promote.
Not necessarily. If you haven't seen the contract, if you haven't seen the contract,
you saying he has been posting it on the social media.
Yeah, it might just be this is Burna Boy. You want to leverage on your name to push.
Trust me, this is going to affect.
It depends on what the
It doesn't have to use social media platforms to be an ambassador.
I mean, he's on their billboards.
That's already an ambassador.
He could be at their
promote them whenever there's such an
You guys would be saying his management can keep pushing that.
No, of course, it's possible for his management to push
I'm just saying that you can't.
But it's not a criteria for the level he's in now.
If you are a brand and you need a brand ambassador who has a lot of followership on social media,
that's what I'm saying. Hold on. Yeah, I know. What I want to quickly say. Let me just quickly say that you can't like make a conclusion when we don't yet know what the terms and conditions of the agreements were.
I'm not saying I know. I'm asking you a question. Like I was bringing up a question before you interrupted. I was saying that if you are a brand and you have somebody who is one of your ambassadors, obviously, with large followership, you want them to post that brand on their social media platforms, right? So if you're creating a contract, would you put it in the contract that you need to use your social media platform, knowing that people make a lot of money off social media these days? Would you? Is it a smart
I understand what
you're missing our point. We agree to
Hold on. I understand what he's saying, yeah. I mean, you are thinking about the business as a brand manager now, that this is what brand managers should do. But talking about this in the advertising space and what we've seen going on in influencer marketing and ambassadorship deal, so many brand managers have not been able to use their platforms or these celebrity platforms to push out contents the way they are supposed to. After signing these people as the ambassadors, they still come back to micro and macro influencers to push out the product. And you just see the social media, the celebrity just posting once and that is it, twice, that is it. But they're getting to that point where they're going to use them more. So if the brand wants social media presence, and a presence that would show personal feeling, more like this is how you live your life and this is how your life relates to our brand, then Burna Boy will lose out on that. But if they just want the brand Burna Boy for billboard, for appearing on their shows, for all that, it still works. I mean, the management can be creative to put out content that reflects him also. It takes a lot of creativity.
If Burna Boy's post once would cover more than 5 social media influencers reach. Do you understand what I mean?
It depends on the platform.
You have not really said much. I want you to say something before we move on to our next story.
I was even going to say that when I read it, I thought about the fact that it's Mental Health Week, and I know Burna Boy has been in support of like people being aware of their mental health and all that stuff. So I'm thinking he's using this opportunity to get a clear head, especially like what Elsie said, that he's been, you know, on social media, and I'm very certain he's gotten backlash from that as well. So it's just to get away from that space and really reflect and spend more time with, you know, his.
So having said that, do you think he'll come back?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to our next story. We're discussing singer Simi next, who opens up about being a woman. Basically, she says being a woman is so hard.
I want to start with the men.
Okay.
Yes.
Is it being hard? Is it hard?
Do you think that being a woman is hard?
Oh, I see what you mean. I thought you were asking about the men. You got me. You got me thrown off for a moment there. I don't think it's hard, but like she said, the criticisms come, you know, like she said, whether you choose to be a housewife, they will complain. Whether you choose to do the work, they will still complain. Whether you have money, people complain. Whether you don't have money, people still complain. So, so I think that is just life generally. For you to attribute it to just the women folk is a bit sexist, I think.
Wow.
Okay, I'm not going to go off the back of what Simi said. I'm just going to answer your question. That do you think being a woman is difficult? And I think if I have to come back in the next life, please, I want to come back as a man, because I think you guys are doing so much. I think every woman should be appreciated for just being a woman.
Thank you.
Not doing anything extra, for just being a woman. What they go through monthly, what they go through childbirth,
why are you laughing?
what they go through.
I don't know why I don't feel the genuineness in it.
Exactly. You know, he's such the advocate. He knows how to advocate.
Let's just move on.
That's so sweet, though.
It's very sweet, yeah. And he said it for the sweetness, to get a first sweet side. I mean,
that's so sweet, you know.
Well, I would give Ife a benefit of the doubt that he's saying that. I mean, even the fact that he's wise enough to even want to say that puts him in a better light than your response.
Yeah.
For me personally.
Wow.
So I think that being a woman is very hard, especially in this day. Well, it's always been like that in the history of time, and it's not just what Simi said. Simi is giving you the what do you call it, the ruffles on the top. Let's not even go to in depth. That's just criticisms. That's just symptoms of the bigger problem.
That's just a society.
That's just societal stuff. It goes deeper than that. It goes into our economy, the politics, the social inequalities. It goes much deeper than that.
What I'm saying is that it actually applies across board or across the two genders.
And I'm telling you that it doesn't. So
no. What I'm saying is that in as much as you say that women have difficulty, men also have difficulty, especially in terms of.
I'm talking about, you say that a lot in your logic. Just because. So when I say something like mass incarceration, and I say black people are being mass incarcerated, I say, but white people are also getting injustice. You're missing the point.
No,
what that does, let me finish.
Hold
what
on.
that does is
what
that
I'm
you're removing. Let me finish.
The impression you give is that you're generalizing. If I ask that question, it means okay, yes, you're clarifying. So that's why I ask it.
What you keep doing is that you remove the attention from the victims and focus on everybody else.
No, I'm like, do not generalize. that's my thing. You are generalizing
it's
now.
Facts, Tokumbo.
That's what I'm saying. What facts are you giving me now regarding the woman, the ratio? Not the incarceration. We're talking about the woman now. What facts are you giving me now?
So inequality.
Sorry?
Are you saying you need facts on gender inequality? Have you checked the SSD goals, like the Sustainable Development Goals, global?
Yes.
Globally, that alone doesn't show that there's inequality in gender. Like,
well, we're taking this way far. I feel like what Tokumbo is saying.
No, we're not. You just have to face the reality.
What Tokumbo is saying is, if we're going by the topic we are discussing and going by the things that Simi mentioned, although you said it is the, what did you call it, the rough icing on the cake, if you're going by that, then you can say men also face their own level of societal expectation.
I rest my case.
But when you want to now go deeper than the less deep things she talked about, then we can bring in inequality, we can bring in societal
Simi
blah blah blah.
Simi
but
said
right now, Simi is not
being a woman is hard. That's what Simi said. What all
and
if thank you. All of that stuff is what I'm talking about. It's social inequality.
It's everywhere. That is everywhere.
And I asked Tokumbo. Tokumbo's response wasn't. I said, Tokumbo, do you think that being a woman is hard? And he said he thinks it's the same for everybody else.
That's what I'm saying. And
that's what I'm saying.
Living can be hard for almost everybody.
That's what I'm saying.
I get his point.
Let's not genderize
all I'm saying is, I get where you're going to, but if we are going to look at it as deep as you're going, then yes, being a woman is hard. But if we're going to look at the statement Simi put out, she did not come out to tell us this deep you're going right now. If you're looking at that, then men can come out to say, I'm expected to be this at this age, I'm expected to do this, nobody is handing me anything down to me and all that, you know.
Not every woman can be as strong as you are.
Not every man can be as strong as you think every man is, or every man can be.
Just listen, you don't have to counterattack.
No, I'm just telling you.
Like, not every woman can be as strong as every other woman that is strong out there.
I'm just saying whatever you say applies to men too, really.
Okay. You don't want to listen, so it's fine. Let's just move.
I rested my case ages ago, but Elsie did a very good job for me explaining. Maybe I didn't put my point across properly.
If your statement is about Simi, fine. But if your statement is about
it's about Simi, and I rested.
It's
about Simi.
Yeah, the question I asked you.
All right, guys, let's go on a quick break. When we return, we'll be bringing you the latest scoop, the latest news, the latest headlines. Yes, the latest entertainment headlines. That is. We'll be right back.
What we do not understand, we will stigmatize.
What you can see is the remaining of the tanker that exploded.
The suspect equally confessed.
A 500 naira they collect am.
If you no talk, then go beat you.
Now 2,500 they pay.
Welcome back. You're watching Tea Time, and it's time for our next story. Mercy Aigbe threatens to sue blogger who lied about her daughter's upkeep. Okay, so who would like to go first?
I just hope this is not another IQ Bona, because if you are suing people,
but the way she goes about it, I think she's sort of okay. All right.
I just need you to follow through. A lot of people they have ongoing cases in courts. We don't hear anything about them. I think we deserve an update. Once you bring it to social media that, oh, I'm suing this person, please, we deserve an update. Even though we know that according to law, when an investigation is ongoing, you can't really divulge a lot of information and all of that. But you need to carry us along and let us know that, okay, these are the processes we're following. We'll be in court so day. But Aigbe Duna came out. We don't know court dates. We don't know anything. So, Mercy Aigbe, if you're so nice, I like the fact that she said that, like every other media personality, they might not take her seriously, which is what the media is known for, which I've always been advocating for, sensationalizing people's issues. Do you understand? Like, maybe a man robs a bank, and he didn't go with an AK-47. He said, man goes into the bank with AK-47, shoots 24 people dead. Just because you want your stories to sell. You understand? That is very, very, very disturbing, and I don't think it's professional journalism. So if she's actually pursuing this person who is saying that she has been receiving money from her husband for the upkeep of their daughter and hasn't been, but she says she's been solely responsible for the upkeep of a child. So I think that is defamation. Do you understand? Because you're calling her a very devious person or a very deceitful person, taking money and not using it for what it's supposed to be. So if you say that about me and it's not true, that's defamation of character. So I have the right to take you to court. So I hope she does this really.
I mean, it's not just because it does. I don't think it works that way. Like, anyone who just says something bad about you, you can take to court. If she can't prove that the person, first of all, has enough publicity to defame someone, because defaming doesn't just mean that you've said incorrect stuff about me. Defaming is that you've changed public perception about me, and it's making me lose money or making me lose whatever
credibility.
It is. Credibility. Thank you. So if her blog isn't doing that, she can't do anything about it.
No, you're getting it wrong because sorry, I'm going to come from the law perspective now. If I come out and say, oh, Ife is known for being very, like, she steals a lot. Do you understand? And that is not true about you. Whether or not I have enough platform, but even if 5 people have seen that, and according to you, you feel like it has damaged your personality, you have the right to take me to court. Whether it's 5, whether it's
anyone
2.
has the right to take to court. I'm saying if it's going to be standing, it's not going to be.
It's going to be standing because if it's
then you have had a lot more defamation cases.
If she has enough,
I could have said
that's the
Tokumba
problem.
deformed me on this shit. Elsie looked at me funny on the thing, and now then anyone can go to court.
Okay, guys, before you guys continue, let's quickly hear what Elsie says there, maybe.
Oh, goodness. Okay, I think she should follow through with this, like Ife has rightly said. And I don't think Messi Aigbe will pay attention to a blogger that doesn't have the reach. She's careful not to mention who this blogger is yet. We don't know who this person is. But if Messi is going to pay attention and even send her lawyers a message to, then it has to be somebody that has a good number of, so
and then that can work.
So I hope she goes through with this because it's becoming really annoying. Sometimes they use some kind of headlines and you say, oh, they want to sensationalize it, but what is the point in creating issues when majority of the readers online are very lazy? They look at the headline and run with it. So why would you keep prying on that and making people run along with wrong information? Even if you want to sensationalize your story, you can still take out a truth from it and write it the way that when they interpret it, they will know that, okay, he's still saying the same thing, right? So I think actions needs to be taken. Bloggers needs to be more responsible, and they need to stop defaming people. Like, put out what you can confirm.
Okay.
That's all I have to say.
Can you hold on to your thoughts? Because, like, you wanted to say something.
Okay. Yeah.
You don't want to say any more?
It's all right. It's not a big deal.
No, she's saying she can hold on to her thoughts.
No, she's not saying.
Yeah, I'm saying that.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I misread. Okay. All right. So what I wanted to say basically was that I'm looking at it from Mercy being a fighter, and I think she fought like in the Nollywood industry, and I think she fought, for the past 18 years to raise the child, and I think I just see that I think she's got a fighting spirit, and I think that based on that fighting spirit, I think if anything comes to the worst, that she will fight and pull through. It's just my take. So, what was it you wanted to say?
I don't remember.
Okay, all right. In that case, let's move on to our next story. Naira Marley remains in EFCC custody as Zlatan gains freedom. Okay, fair.
Trouble.
This is the new one. Simi trouble. No, there's one. They changed the Yahoo to his friends now. Is bike man. Oremi. What's that song people sing? Oremi is Yahoo. Now they changed it to Yahoo bike.
Can you imagine?
You guys
seriously,
singing.
Who are you guys?
Okay.
I don't understand. You people.
But yeah, people are taking away the.
That's the formation of character.
Exactly.
Right.
Go push on her.
Yeah,
Move fast.
How can you tell me you people saying Bubo? Where you
No, he even got it right. I just got it right.
What?
He knows the song is singing.
Tani guy. Tani boy.
Oh, jeez. Oh, good heavens.
But anyways, they are switching it now from Yahoo to Okada Men and trying to put out better things out there. I don't know. I'm seeing somewhere
so
that
from Yahoo to Okada Men are better things.
So I think Davido has an involvement in this. I don't know, but
he needs to stop what?
I really find it it itches me really badly the way Davido gets involved with this thing, because it really starts to look like he's
low-key supporting.
Yes, and Davido is such a big influencer. If at all you don't have anything to say that is lawfully correct, whatever your opinions are about the case, you shouldn't be saying that, oh my guy, they brought you out.
I see where you're coming from. But can you see it from David's side, where he's at least trying to support?
I'm not even saying that David is supporting anyone. Okay. I'm just saying he needs to be careful in how he chooses his words and how he supports them. Okay. So it doesn't look like Davido is certifying fraud, because that's kind of like what is slowly looking
I also
like.
saw a comment from someone who works closely with these celebrities, and at some point the comments were deleted, but it was saying something about the caption being used for Zlatan's release is misinterpreting so many things, that it wasn't like Davido was directly involved in releasing him. So I don't know where that mix-up is coming from, but
it's part of the sensationalization that we're talking about.
The caption was very, like, you know, was supporting you. We say the same thing when somebody has been wrongfully put in prison. We said that, like, you know, free whoever, or you're using the same thing for somebody who is in the wrong by law, not whatever your opinions are, by law. So it kind of like, what are you doing, David? Like, are you saying, it's like I said, we don't know, that's what I'm asking. But it gives that idea a little bit that you're...
Subtly. Okay.
Ife disagrees.
Yes, he disagrees, and he just feels...
What do you think I disagree?
Okay.
Your attitude,
your body language.
Your body language.
Well, first of all, Zlatan is signed to the MW. It's part of the 30 billion gang. If I am the CEO of a record label, whether you are a criminal or not, hold on. Whether you are a criminal or not, an investigation is still ongoing, and you are legible for bail. I have the right, as your CEO, as your, how do I put it?
Mentor.
As your boss, to get you out of jail, for you to have your say. They're saying these guys have to report at the EFCC post every single day till the investigation is over. He's only out of bail. So you saying Davido getting involved in getting Zlatan out? I do not.
That's not what I said. No, I said his caption, it looks like he's supporting.
Yeah, like my boy Zlatan is out. What's wrong with the caption?
He didn't need to put up that post.
Why
not?
The fact
that we know
considering that his signing is out,
and
considering the fact that
not even
out on bail based on fraud.
Okay, but why were they let out on bail and Naira Marley was not let out? That's a question you need to ask yourself.
If I don't jump,
hold on. No, the story is not about Davido.
It is. That's all we're arguing about.
This story is all about Zlatan and Naira Marley being held back and Zlatan being let out. So
okay, then your last statement, are we cancelling that? Because
no. I'm talking.
You said the boss is presenting people, blah blah blah.
All right, guys.
And we're saying the caption.
We haven't got time to really delve deep into it. We need to go on a break.
Okay, maybe when we come back.
Maybe when we come back, let's go on a break, and when we come back, we may have time for yet another interesting headline, or we may just conclude on this very interesting story. Don't go anywhere and don't miss it. It's the hottest entertainment stories coming up right here, right now. This is Tea Time.
Thank you for the tea.
Between yourself and MI, who's the best rapper?
I'm the best rapper. MI is maybe second after Magneto.
Nice.
Fame is fickle. It's a huge distraction.
Guys, I'm a good guy now. Come on.
Give me your account number, make a transfer.
You get the money? 4 million. I started getting scared when Yoruba boys started saying, you know, we worry people.
If you are good, my dear, you are good.
My kind of person, I'm not ready to cry over any man.
You look like Jarul, no?
A lot of people say that.
Yeah, just the looks, that's all. Not the account.
Wow.
Welcome back. It's still tea time right here on Plus TV Africa. Before we move on to our next story, we're just going to quickly wrap up on the earlier conversation that we were having regarding Zlatan being released while Naira Marley is still in custody and EFCC is involved. I think I should give both of you like 30 seconds each for you to conclude. Yeah? Okay.
Well, like I was saying, I said Davido has every right to post his excitement about the release of his signee. And Naira Marley is still being held because they said they found very incriminating stuff on his laptop. So which is why he's not being released. So if Zlatan is released, maybe they've never found anything, but a lot of people are of the opinion that, okay, maybe he snitched, maybe he was the one cooperating with the EFCC and all of that. But that's a conspiracy theory for another day. But Davido getting involved, I do not see any problem with it. R. Kelly's management are still involved with his case, do you understand? Because
it's not the involvement, it's the wording of his caption.
What was the wording of his caption? Can you tell me precisely what he said?
What we're saying is that there's an intonation. There's some kind. It's not just
you
me.
Didn't say it, so how can you hear the intonation?
Sorry.
Okay, so here is the caption. I have to look for it. It says, "Zanku free. People love you, Sha. Oh yeah, go back to making history."
Thank you.
Okay. Moving on to the next story.
All right, moving on to the next story, which is on Ariana Grande. She's been sued for posting photos of herself, and I think I should say on social media, because this was actually on Instagram, and she posted a photo where a paparazzo took a picture of her, and when she was holding a bag titled Sweet Now, which is the title of her album. Okay, so this is really, really interesting because not too long ago she came up with her own photo policy. So for her to get in the middle of this is really like ironic, or should I say karma coming to bite her. But I have to say she should have known better, because if you're coming up with something like that,
you should be more careful.
Aside her own policy, it's generally by law that you don't post someone, or you don't use another person's picture
without credit.
Well, it's not just another person's picture. The picture has to be copyrighted. So
it was a copyrighted
that's what I'm saying. I'm just trying to make sure that you don't misquote.
No, that's exactly what I'm saying.
If I take a picture of you and I'm not certified to make pictures or public. Basically, I'm not a paparazzo, and you retweet my picture. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's what I'm saying. We're saying the same thing.
The problem is that I'm saying just be careful with your words.
The fact that you almost sued me for not giving you photo credit the last time.
So the problem is that the picture is. Oh, sorry. Go on.
No, you go on. Carry on.
Okay, so the problem is that the picture that she reposted is by someone who has copyrighted all those images and has been given the legal rights to produce them and all that and make them for profit and all that stuff. And then she used that same picture for publicity for her album. So already
it just doesn't make sense. I'm like, seriously, why do that? Technically speaking, it's not a wise move at all. You guys haven't said anything?
I don't even know if I want to be happy that it's happening to Ariana, because when we discussed her photo policy, I expressed my displeasure, and I'm wondering why would you even bring up this kind of policy as a celebrity and all that. But it is her business, it is how she wants to handle her thing, right? But for this to now happen to her, I just want to laugh about it. But you see,
you sound like
these photo laws and policies, and I know it's the law, I understand the law, but it is absolutely hilarious in my head. Like, why would you take a picture of me and have the copyright and I don't even have it? I'm not saying, but I don't know, but it's something I've always been thinking of. That it has gone to the extent that even if I contract a photographer to take my pictures, I make them draw out something that makes them tell me I can use my picture wherever. Because even if you pay them, as long as they're a photographer and they've taken your picture, they can control where your picture gets to.
What I'm saying is,
if you use it somewhere bigger, they'll come tomorrow and say, I didn't give you the right.
That's what she should have done.
I draw out agreements and make sure I can use my picture wherever, because I'm the one. So until the world gets to the point where they need to shift that law, I don't understand.
No, but she should have done that. Do you not think so? She should have done something like that. She did not contract
him. I think it's one of those pictures you see.
That's what I'm saying. But you don't post it until you contract the person. That's what I'm saying. That's what she should have done before posting it.
Especially for the fact that you got the source from a certified
exactly. Yeah.
But you see, the things they have to eat, so they need a law to protect them. Anyways, if everybody used free pictures, then paparazzi wouldn't make money.
Yeah.
So,
all right. We're out of time, so we're going to move on. That's where we're going to wrap up. We are now up to date with all of the stories on all things entertainment. We're back later this afternoon, but if you wish to comment on any aspects of the conversation today, you can do so by using the hashtag #TeaTime on social media or tweet at us at +TV Africa. Until then, a big thank you to my colleagues in the studio, Elsie and both Ifez. And I can't leave out the entire production team, as well as our group of stylists, Kudi's Empire and Liz Harrison. I'm Tokumbo Tai, saying thanks for watching and have yourself a good morning.